Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Jen. Oh boy, you were the first one here, Jen. Hang on. Okay. How are you? Thank you for all sorts of you joining. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Linda, and oh, thank you. You make me blush. I'm going to be relying a lot on my notes today because I've got a lot of information for everybody, so I'm going to be glancing left and right, so bear with me. You're already starting to tap on the hearts, and that's great. I really appreciate it, and I haven't even said anything yet. Well, feel free to ask questions, and if I don't get to I'll answer your questions as best I can. Hi, Sherry. I'll answer your questions as best I can. Hello from Turkey. I'll answer your questions as best I can, and if I don't get to them, I know there'll be some people watching from Twitter. If I don't get to answer your questions, I'll try to reply on Twitter afterwards. Now, I'm not an expert on wine. Hi, Jason. I'm not an expert on wine. I just really enjoy it. My husband and I used to own a wine store. Hello, Jane. My husband and I used to own a wine store, and that's where I developed my passion for wines. A couple years after we closed the store, I founded Connie Caps. Connie Caps is a nonprofit organization that provides stylish custom order knit hats for cancer patients. Now, I know most of you in here are following Jason Stolken. Jason, if you'll comment, they can see who you are. Most of you are following Jason. If you're not, please follow him, because a little bit later he's going to be doing a special, there he is, he just joined. Jason, comment so they'll know who you are. In a little while, Jason's going to be doing Jason and I are going to be doing a special Periscope, booted, no! Jason and I are going to be doing a special Periscope broadcast, and we're going to talk about some exciting news, so stay tuned. Now, bear with me just one second before I talk about the wine. Hang on. Black Betty Shiraz from Barossa, Australia. Come on. Oh, Black Betty, bam-a-lam. Whoa, Black Betty, bam-a-lam. Okay, enough of that. Okay, I had to do that with the name of the wine, sorry. Hey, Rosie, how you doing? Okay, so Black Betty Shiraz from Barossa, Australia. It's 2009 vintage. Barossa Valley is one of Australia's, I am doing very well, thank you. Barossa Valley is one of Australia's oldest wine producing regions. Hey, from Ella in California. Yes, I've got a couple of kitties here. Hey, AJ, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. You just got done on your singing day. That's so awesome. But Barossa Valley is located in South Australia. It's about 35 miles northeast of Adelaide. I'm doing really well, AJ, thank you. The hot climate of this region, okay. Hey, Tom is here. Tom is here. I saw, hey, sweetie, I thought, that's a cheeky, but that's you. It's my husband. My husband just joined from Android. Yay. Okay. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so the hot climate of this region is perfect for producing some of the most wonderful wines. It's Shiraz and other varietals as well. No, you can't play with that. Here, go. Let the cat play with the cork. Tammy, hi, how are you? Some of Australia's largest and most noted wineries are located in Barossa Valley. I know, very cheeky. There's Penfolds, Peter Lehman, Orlando Wines, Seppeltsfield, Wolf Blass, and Yalumba. Now, Betts and Scholl is a collaboration between master sommelier Richard Betts and contemporary art collector and wine lover Dennis Scholl. The Black Betty is one of their newest offerings. It was first produced in 2005 to rave reviews. And this is the 2009 vintage. So, you missed it, Tom. I got my jam on to Black Betty, the song. I had it on iTunes. All right, right away, I see that this is a gorgeous brick red. Let's see if there's any way you can tell. Oops. Yeah, you can see how nice and brick red that is. Oh, me too. So look at it. It's a beautiful brick red. Oh. Tar and asphalt on the nose. Now you may think that's a terrible thing, but for this one, I mean, it smells delicious. Of course, it's got some fruit in there too. Oh man, really pretty, and it's just beautiful. And that is a mouthful. Oh my gosh, it fills my palate with it's grippy tannins. It's like I need to drink a whole bottle of water just after one sip. It's just puckering. The wine has 15% alcohol. Now, by law, correct me if I'm saying this wrong, Tom. A wine can, the label doesn't have to say exactly how much alcohol it has. It can have actually up to 1.5% more. So this wine is probably more like 16.5% alcohol. Now, I may have to open one when I get home. Oh, do you have one of these at home? Yeah, you should. It's drinking much better than the last time we drank it. Yeah, oh, there's some even higher. I think there's some that get up to even 18%, Jane. Now, last week I talked about vegan wines and talked about the fining process. Not yet. Last week I talked about the fining process, and Jenny had said in a comment to me on Twitter, she said she had no idea that there was more in wine than just grapes. So I wanted to do a little bit of research to find out just exactly what was in, yeah, thumbs up to Jenny. I wanted to find out what was actually in wine. I mean, I know there's a product called Mega Purple, and I'll get with that later, but you would be surprised to know exactly how much else is in your wine other than grapes. There is, before I say that, there are several additives that go in, and this is all from an article I found on wired.com. Now, like most food products, wine is highly industrialized. California grape prices have shot up almost 50% in the last decade. So vintners are always under constant pressure to find new ways to save money. And that leaves little room for error when you have like a 350,000 gallon tank. So they can't afford to just dump it if something goes wrong. So they're turning to science. And these are just some of the things that can be found in wine. Sulfur dioxide. It's the most widely used additive. And you came in at just the right point, Julia. I'm talking about science here, science in wine. What's also in your wine other than grapes? So sulfur dioxide is the most widely used additive. It kills microbes and prevents oxidation. Almost every winemaker uses it, but you can't overuse it because then your wine's going to smell like burnt matches. Ammonium salts. A touch of diammonium phosphate revives dying yeast and prevents wine from producing too much sulfur. Water. If your wine's too boozy, just water it down. But if they watered this one down, it would be a shame. I mean, it's just boozy enough on my palate. Hi, Dan Philman. How are you? Thank you for joining. Oak adjuncts. Yeah, water's for wimps. Cheers. Oak barrels used to ferment wine can make the wine taste dry and add notes to vanilla, but oak barrels are expensive. The cheaper alternatives are oak chips, sawdust, and an essence, and oak essence. It's a liquefied wood product that can be added directly to an otherwise finished wine. Tartaric acid. Tartaric acid is a naturally occurring acid found in grapes. It's particularly critical in white wines where a tartness gives a sip a pleasing snap. Wines with insufficient acidity, boy, that's a mouthful. Insufficient acidity can get a boost from powdered tartaric acid, and it just seems like it seems like a shame to add something like that, you know. Powdered tannin. Now, tannins are naturally present in grape skins and seeds, as well as the oak that it's fermented in. Tannin creates texture and astringency. That's that nice mouthfeel, that drying mouthfeel that you get. It's typically made from a growth on oak trees called nut gall. Powdered tannin can punch up yeah, no kidding. Powdered tannin can punch up a lackluster wine. Cuts through three meat. The meat. Okay, yeah, exactly. Sugar can be added. If the grapes aren't ripe enough when picked, adding cane or beet sugar to the must can help them ferment. Now, the catch is adding sugar, called chaptalization, is illegal in California, Italy, and Australia. It's legal in New Zealand, Oregon, and parts of France, though the amounts that they add can vary. Pectic enzymes. Now, some of this stuff I've never even heard of before. Pectic enzymes are complex proteins that can be used to... no, I don't want to make my own wine. I'll leave that to the professionals. I'll keep to knitting. Pectic enzymes are complex proteins that can be used to alter color, improve clarity, release aromatic compounds, and speed up aging. And it just seems so phony to add something like that, you know? But it's what they do. Gum arabic. It's made from the sap of the acacia tree. Gum arabic softens tannins to reduce astringency and make the wine's body more silky. This can make a tough and somewhat bitter red wine ready to drink immediately. Velcorin. I hope I'm pronouncing these right. Julia, stop me if I'm... catch me if I'm saying it wrong. Velcorin is also dimethyl dicarbonate. First produced in the 1980s, though increasingly controversial, this microbial control agent can kill a half-dozen wine-ruining bacteria and yeasts when added in minute quantities. It's also widely used in fruit juices. Now my favorite, Mega Purple. This is something I just found out about, and when I found out about it, Tom and I both were crushed. It's like, please don't tell me this is true. Mega Purple is made from the concentrated syrup of ruby red grapes. There's a grape called ruby red, R-U-B-I-R-E-D, ruby red grapes. Mega Purple is a thick goo that winemakers rely on to correct color issues. I know, it sounds terribly gross. They rely on it to correct color issues and add a little bit more taste. A few drops can turn a bottle of wine from a weak salmon blush color to an appealing intense crimson like this. In a 119-liter wine barrel, just 200 milliliters is enough to do the trick. Mega Purple is made by Constellation Brands. It's the company behind the famous labels like Mondavi and Ravenswood. While on the record, no winemaker will cop to using it, or any other additive for that matter. Yeah, $20 per bottle. Mega Purple in every is pretty much in every wine under $20 a bottle. The industry insiders say that even high-end winemakers have added it to deepen the color of their wines. The color of the wines is a trait that connotes richness and quality and earns better ratings from critics if you're into that. But if it's in there, I don't want to know it, because it would just, no, none of this stuff is bad for you. It's just helping the wine look and taste better. And I don't know if it's, Tom, you can answer this. I think it's strictly in the United States, but I could be mistaken. I think the Mega Purple is just in the United States, but some of this other stuff, it's all around, so. Does anybody else have any questions? Worldwide, okay, yeah. But it affects the flavor by making it more palatable. All of these, more than likely it's in organic wine, because it's not, well, I don't know. That's something I'd have to check into. I would think that it wouldn't be, but yeah, it can soften the taste. It can bulk up the flavor. I like wines that have a nice big punch to them. So generally, the higher the tannins, I'm going to like them. You can call me either, Alpha. I answer to either. My name is Linda, but Connie Caps is the name of my charity, and Connie was my mother, and that's who the charity is named for. Oh gosh, my train of thought derailed. That happens all the time. What was I talking about, Tom? Oh, tannin. Tannins are they're found in grape skins. No, don't. That's fine. It's not rude. Tannins are present in grape skins and seeds, and it's also present in the oak barrels. That's what gives the tannins are what gives the wine that kind of like you have to drink water after you take a sip of wine. It's what makes your mouth feel puckery when drinking. Anybody? Whoops! I almost swirled it out of the wine glass. Oh, cool! Sonoma Vineyards and Wineries. Awesome. Anybody else? Yeah, astringent. There you go. Heard me say some shameful things at gutters. Yeah. Oh gosh. A wine buff. Yeah, my husband and I used to own a wine store, so still waiting on the mailman. Oh my gosh. I hope it gets there today. It says it's out for delivery. What was I saying? My husband and I used to own a wine store, and we were put out of business by a large retailer, and we owned the store. I met Tom when he already had the store, so maybe 4 or 5 years. A large retailer moved in just around the corner from us and pretty much put us out of business overnight. Hi, Trish. Welcome to the broadcast. I know, it's so late. It's sort of like, I like saying it's like You've Got Mail, only with wine instead of books, and I didn't fall in love with our competitor. So, but you know what? Closing the store led me to founding Connie Caps, so in the end it's a good thing. Not a good thing. Well, yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, it's a shame that we closed the store because we had so many wonderful customers, but a lot of those customers left to go elsewhere, so screw them. Sorry. Yeah, it is. It's a win-win. Yep, that's true. You met me. That might not have happened. So a lot of things really fell into place when I met my husband, and it's about to get better. A lot of wonderful things happened when I met Tom, and it was great. It's great. Loving a local estate bread blend from Benzinger. Tribute. Ooh. I love blends. Blends tend to be a little bit more softer. Screw them indeed. Would you mind repeating the name? Oh, it is Betts and Scholl, Black Betty Shiraz. No, that's okay. That's all right. You don't get demerits. That's a Scholl Black Betty Shiraz. And besides, you can watch my Black Betty intro on the replay. I'm not going to do it again. Yeah, exactly. I played that on iTunes. Anybody else have any more questions? Any suggestions for future wine broadcasts? I'm thinking of doing, next time Tom is here, he's in Florida for now, and I'm here in Vermont, and he travels here as much as he can. How do you know wine is good? How do you know a wine is good for dinner? The way I see it, if you have a certain wine that you like, go for it. There are some wines that pair better with meals, and other wines that pair better with other things. It's whatever you like is the way I see it. There are some classic pairings. Grail of Lisa. Oh my gosh, you're not opening that, are you? If you open that without me, you're not welcome here anymore. Okay, thanks, Jason. Everybody, make sure you follow Jason and tune in for the broadcast later, because we've got a Periscope thing going on, and it's going to be great. Got a really special announcement. And Julia, if you're still here, you were the inspiration for this project. So the project that we collaborated on for Alex Pettit, that's what made me think of this project. So just wait and see it. Just wait and see it. Bye, Rosie. Thank you. Yeah, Grail of Lisa was a wine that Tom and I had, and it's spectacular. It's another one from Australia. It's what was that? A Paul Hobbs wine, Tom? I can't remember. One of the big names was the producer of it, but really, really good. Bye, Julia. See you later. Okay, what was I saying? I do this all the time. Anyway, anybody have any ideas for future broadcasts? You can email me. Yes, it was yummy. Email me at lmb@conniecaps.org. You can check my previous broadcasts at conniecaps.org/periscope. Prosecco. Oh, that would be a good one to do. Yes, a nice Italian bubbly. I'll do that. I'll do a Prosecco next time. Perfect. Okay, Ginny suggested Prosecco, and that's what I'll do for next time. Yay! All right, so like I said, follow Jason Stolken and catch me on the Periscope. So thanks everybody for joining. I really appreciate you all being here and sharing my wine with me. Well, you weren't sharing it, I was drinking it, but sharing my knowledge with me. Bye everyone. Thank you.